the dribble. If he's that aggressive on you, got to be able to beat him. And it's pretty obvious the plays where we were down low and strong, we were able to get to the rim and finish. On plays where we weren't, then their pressure disrupted us, caused bobbles and broke our rhythm, and it just totally took us out of it. So then the rebounding part was just first half we were terrific keeping them off the glass. Second half we didn't do it.
How big was that 4-point turnaround with about 2 minutes left? Good defense on one end and then Cedrick's dunk on the other end.
Yeah, they got a really nice set. They get emptied out, hit the roll guy. They got the dunk in the first half, I believe, on the same play to the big guy. They got it. Almost had it 2 in a row there late in the second half. And second time we were beat. They hit the roll guy. He went up. Jacob stayed with the play, pursued it, went up and blocked the shot. Got a long rebound off it, went straight to Ced. We got to Ced quickly. He busted it out. I was telling him no, and he went and dunked it. So I said yes.
How did he get in those situations where it's a no, and then a yes?
Well,
I know the season's ended,
yeah,
but
we ignore it. We don't talk about it when it turns out the right way. When it doesn't turn out the right way, then we go address it. But we constantly talk about you got to make some plays down the street. You can't be scared to win a ball game. You're going to make plays. It's not always a dunk like that. Sometimes it's going to take a charge. Sometimes it's saving a loose ball. But there's always in a close ball game, and most ball games are close. There's going to be 2 or 3 things that happen that allow you to win the ball game. So we talk about that kind of stuff a lot.
What did you tell your team when they tied the game up?
Yeah, just stay poised. We talk about poise and composure before the game because we anticipated their activity, their pressure. They deny a lot. They poke at balls. I'm sure they chart deflections. They're one of those teams you can just tell what's important to them. As soon as you watch them play, you can tell what's important to them. They get after it now. And so we told them there's going to be, we're going to have to keep our composure. We've got to stay poised. And we just talked about that a week ago at Grand Canyon. Right. And we played a week ago at Grand Canyon with an unbelievable environment. So today we knew it wasn't going to be as many fans. It wasn't going to be that type of franticness, but it was going to be because of their defense. So when you're going to win a ball game, you're going to have to go. There's going to be some adversity somewhere along the way. And when they tied it, there was a lot of adversity. But our guys stuck together. They kept coming to you read your players' body language. They come to those timeouts, and sometimes they got a bad look on their face. Today, we never had that. Our guys have the right look on their face. They're saying the right things. They're encouraging each other. They're talking about how we're going to defend the actions that we need to defend. And proud of the way they handled it.
So fans were starting to filter in and things. But what was that like to play in this NBA arena? Even if as Coach mentioned, not as many fans.
It meant a lot, really. Being the basketball player, we always want to get to the biggest stage ever. So for us to be college basketball players, going to UTSA, being able to come home, because I'm a Houston native, and playing in front of my family and friends and everything, it's a special moment for everybody, especially me. So it's like, just got to enjoy the moment.
We got a bunch of them, sorry to interrupt you there. We got a bunch of Houston kids, so I don't know if they're all Rockets fans or not. I know a couple of them are. It was really exciting for them to be there.
Cedrick, your high school was in Cloud Forest High School. You're a native. You made your name really big out here in Houston. So just talk about what it's like for you playing in front of them from seeing the perspective that I can do this too.
Same thing. It's special being able to come to this level and let my old high school come out and see us play or see me play on this stage. It's like, wow, because to be honest, it's still shocking to me. I'm at this level, and my school coming out still support me day by day. Like, they sent me a message on Instagram saying they proud of me and everything, and they want to take a picture after. So it's like, I know they look up to me, so it's like I have to always set that role. I have to be that role model and that encourager to keep going, knowing there's other kids under me that's looking up to me. So it's a special moment.
With key players like DeMarcus and Savion, I've seen you and Savion kind of going back and forth on the defense and offensive side. How was it kind of trying to adjust the defense?
Really, I ain't gonna say it was hard, but it was challenging because he's a great player. Savion and Lampy, they both great players. So we had to be nervous guarding them. We couldn't just come out there and act like they wasn't gonna be a big factor. They are part of the they are part of the team that's gonna win. Like, if they going hard and scoring everything, then their team gonna fall behind them. So we had to just try our best to cut them out as much as possible so we can keep the lead and win.
I'm gonna guess you didn't hear coaches no.
At that moment, I was like, he said go make plays. I'm like, let's go make a play. So
There you go.
that's what it was.
I'm sure that opening looked a lot wider to him than.
Having kind of to fill the shoes of Keaton and Javon since they left and gone on to, the G League and everything else. How's it been kind of trying to fill their shoes coming up to the, the end of the first half of the season?
I ain't gonna say it's like we filling their shoes, but they made us. It's like they set a standard, so we live up to that standard. And now that they're gone, it's like we can actually be more of a team together. Like we can actually move the ball, have fun, playing with other people and everything. So yeah, they set a standard for us, but we try to uphold that standard and take it even higher through the roof. So that's what it is right there.
Speaking on that, before Coach speaks, the campus is around a lot of success going on campus right now, especially with the football team. Talk about how that's filtered over into basketball and fans and showing up at the games now.
That's big. Like you said, our football team, they just won our first conference championship. So all eyes on UTSA athletics, every sport. So really, for us to have that, it's like we got to capitalize off that. We're just trying to bring more attention to it. So this win and having them doing what they're doing is big for the whole school, just not basketball, tennis, or football. It's big for the whole school. So
There's a lot of momentum around our campus right now. The city really rallied behind our football program. Other sports have already had some firsts this year. Coming off of COVID, you just noticed earlier this year how many kids wanted to be out and about, not even with athletics. They wanted to be involved with the school functions, with the school year kickoff parties. Kids were out and about. We've already had some good crowds at some of our home games. There's a lot of momentum in San Antonio right now. A lot of momentum with our athletic department, and we're piggybacking off the football team. But shoot, we don't have any problem with that. We do that. We signed up for this. Football in Texas is a big deal. Road runners are a big deal right now in football. So we'll take it.
Well, and this is my last question toward that. 10 years nobody ever thought 10 years ago that the program would be where it's at right now, and football is now, as you said, Coach, is king in the state of Texas. When you signed up for coaching this team, did you ever see that coming as far as sharing the limelight with the football program?
That's a great one. You know what? This is partway through our sixth season here. The thing I talked about a lot in those early weeks and months was the momentum that I did feel with our program. I didn't know that this type of thing was going to come. But our program was moving up. We had just switched leagues 2 or 3 times right before I got the job at UTSA. The addition of football, just 10 years ago, we knew that would have the potential to jumpstart things, to bring more school spirit, more school pride, and man, it all came together this year. So absolutely. The school's growing like crazy, even through COVID. The kids wanted to get back in the classroom. They want to get back on campus. It's a very exciting time right now.
It's kind of the same question. But Duncanville has been beating a lot of the nation's teams right now, and real recently, Texas basketball has been very known. Some claim it the mecca of high school basketball right now. So I guess, what is it? I guess Cedrick, this question for both of y'all. What does it say? Cedrick, for you being a player from here, you playing, your Clyde Forest team was a really good team. How the talent is so much harder down here to play against and get competition, get your name out there.
Like you saying, basketball in Texas is starting to pick up. Like everywhere you look, it's gonna be a competitive game somewhere. Duncanville versus what we just played, Sierra Canyon.
Yeah.
And they came out and won. Nobody expected that. And then they backdoor and beat number 2, Mount Verde?
They beat Mount Verde, and Richardson beat Arizona Compass, which is number 1 in the country at the time.
Exactly. So we have talent out here. And I seen on Instagram they starting to act like, is Texas the new basketball state? So they starting to recognize that we have talent, and we appreciate it. That's all I can really say about that,
Right.
Appreciate it.
Go ahead.
Not a secret, I don't think, for many of us, obviously those that live in Texas and those that have been recruiting the state for a long time. No, it's been a hotbed, but yeah, it's still maybe elevating, maybe as good as anywhere in the country right now.
Right.
You go through cycles. There was a time when the DC area was absolutely loaded. The Atlanta area was loaded. Chicago's always put out good players, but yeah, the state of Texas is really, really good. The school ball is good. They have the athletic period, which I think is an important part of it. AAU club basketball is very, very good in the state. yeah, it's probably at the point where it is should be considered as good as anywhere in the country. We're gonna keep. I know we're gonna keep recruiting. I know that. Houston, Dallas have been good to us. San Antonio got good players. Austin's, big cities with a lot of good basketball.
Anything else? All right, Coach. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate y'all.